Okay, put these here. Yeah, put this here. So let's turn that. Yeah, that looks good. Sweet, I think this area is done. So now I can use the encounter system to add in all the enemies. So let's get into it. So first we need to grab our encounter and our stick. So what we want to do first is figure out the area that we want to have loaded or sort of reset. So let's say enemies are only going to be up to about this height, right, all the way across the room. So we'll start it right there. We know that there's that. So what we want to do is make sure that the encounter is outside of that area. So just to be safe, I'm going to put it all the way up onto the roof. We'll just put it right there. You'll see a dumb error. That's fine. So you'll make this entity and hit it, and particles will start coming off of it. These particles indicate the loading area and the detection area of the encounter. So the white particles are the loading area, blue particles are the detection area. So what we want to do with it selected now is come down here and say, right here is the furthermost block that we want to grab. So we'll hit that. And then we want to go outside. And because this building is at an angle, we want to make sure that we get the entire floor so that nothing is left out and then, there are problems later. So let's end it right here. So then we'll hit the stick again, and then there you go. You can see that now we have the white particles and the blue particles. So you'll see that the blue particles come out a little bit from the white particles. That's the detection area. The detection area is what will trigger the reset or the loading of the entities before you actually enter the loading area. So what I want to do with this one is, say I'm flying by, right? I don't want it to load them every time I fly through this gap in the buildings. So what I'll do instead is I say, I want the loading area to be on the roof, actually. So when they hit the roof, or when they touch down on the roof, I want it to reset all the entities so that they're ready when they go through this grate. So what I'll do is I'll take the X and Z padding, set it to 0. So this will put it flush with the loading area. And then the Y, we're going to make it like 7. That's what we'll do. Hit submit. And then you can see that it is flush with the loading area, but that the Y padding is, above the roof. So if you were to glide in or walk onto the roof, it'll let you know you're inside this area. That's just a dev message so that I know which area I'm in, but you wouldn't see that when you're in game. What you'd also not see is the actual encounter. That is simply for the devs to know about. But now let's get into adding the enemies to the encounter. So we'll just grab something simple, a couple zombies, a couple skeletons, and let's just make sure we've got it selected. Cool. So then all we need to do is throw our enemies in here, and that's it. Just kidding. There's a little bit more, but you don't have to set tags or anything or make like a bunch of annoying like stuff to get it to all work correctly, all you have to do is go up here, hit Save Entities, and Submit. So now, the way that they're set up to work by default is that whenever you enter the area, it will respawn the entities. It'll get rid of the ones before and respawn new ones. So, we can kill all of these guys, or just a couple of them. So we had 3 zombies, 3 skeletons. So 3 zombies, 3 skeletons. Now we only have 2 zombies. Where's the third? Where's the second one? There we go. We got 2 zombies and 1 skeleton. Now let's say I leave and I go to another part of the map, right? Then what I want it to do is when I land on the roof, it will respawn all the entities for this encounter. So let's play through this. And then when I come up here, you'll see there are now 3 zombies and 3 skeletons. So it respawned all of the enemies right where they were saved at. So this also means you can set up little cages for them to make sure that they're in the exact spot that you want them to be, and save them. And then you could even break those cages, and they will spawn in those exact positions, just the same as if there were cages. So that's the encounter system. The only other thing of note is that with the encounter system, there are 2 modes for it right now. There's respawn always and single use. So in this, you'll see single use and reset entered state. So single use means that on the first time that the enemies are respawned, they won't spawn again. So think of it as maybe a linear building, right? You go through, you fight enemies, whatever. But let's say you've got Easter eggs and stuff throughout, and maybe someone says, oh, I want to go back into that area to see if there were Easter eggs. You wouldn't want those areas or the hallways or whatever to respawn enemies every single time that you go through them. So instead you can just use single use, so that it'll respawn them once, and then anytime you go back through, they won't spawn again. You'll also see reset entered state, and that is for devs. So before you package your world and send it out to people, you'll want to hit reset entered state on pretty much every encounter that you've been working on, so that when the players play through it, the encounters work correctly as designed. So that's the encounter system. So here we have the new additions, new features, decorations, whatever you want to call them. First, we've got the cork board, the bulletin board, the detective board, whatever you want to call it. We've got it. So this is a decorative item, decorative block entity that has like a special animation to go with it. So if you hit it, it rotates around like that. So you can like smack that one, smack this one, whatever. These are also highly customizable. So if you wanted to set up a scene that's very dynamic, or you want to have like a lot of angles and want to make it look very custom, you can use a stick on it and change the rotations, or you can change the board rotation and submit it, and then you can see you get a custom angle. You can also toggle paper and strings on, toggle them off, doesn't matter. You can it's really all up to the map maker, your preference. So that's something really fun that I was able to make. Now this is the Batcomputer. I believe there will be a few more custom block entities to make the Batcomputer look a little bit more big, but this is the main part of it. So you'll see that it matches an aesthetic to the suit fabricator that I showed off in the previous showcase. And this is because they're both made by Wayne Industries, or Wayne Enterprises. And you can see the W on the desk. So, here's how it works. You'll right-click it, and here it is. The very custom UI for the Batcomputer. So, right here in the center, you can see the Gotham map, the map of Gotham for the Gotham Edifice project. And we'll just go down the buttons and tell them what they do. So we've got the database. Database is going to be for, exposition, hints, clues, all the knowledge that you'll need for the game. So this will have things like case files, enemy or villain bios, and one of the things with the map is more like detective work, and it relies a lot on the player's abilities to, do that sort of detective work. And so, in the future, we may have some things in the database that tie into, the case that you're working on at the moment. So that's what the database is for. The upgrades will be where you get upgrades. Shocker. And these are things like, health upgrades, armor upgrades, maybe even gliding. And then here we've got enter codes. This is where you will enter your codes. So there will be some hidden suits and features that will be behind codes. These are things that are like cosmetic usually. They're not going to be like, oh, you've got a gadget locked behind this code and you have to figure it out. It's not going to be like that. The idea is that you'll be able to find these codes or piece these codes together while exploring Gotham. So if you're doing a side quest or, you're trying to stop some villain and you see, like, let's say, a sign with some letters on it, or the first letters of specific street names or something crazy like that, then you could try putting them into the Batcomputer, and then it could grant you like a specialized or unique suit. There may be stuff to give you a gadget early or something, very much up in the air right now. Then you've got gadgets. This will be where you learn about your gadgets. You'll learn about their use cases and how you'll be able to use them in the stealth encounters and the combat encounters. The extras will be basically whatever we want. There will be a dedicated section in the Batcave for collectibles and stuff, but the extras here will be things that us as developers of the add-on, us as developers of the map, will be putting things in this, like, I don't know, concept art, screenshots, dev updates, scripts or something, basically whatever we want. And these will probably be unlocked somehow through gameplay. Maybe like after you beat an area, you get some concept art or some pictures of it being made or whatever in the extra section. So very much up in the air what we want to do with that. But yeah, that's the Batcomputer. Now I showed this off in the previous update, but I never actually showed how it works. And now it has a custom UI to go with it too, which makes it even cooler. So this is the suit fabricator. We all know it, we love it. And here we can see the new Batgirl suit. So you'll notice that you have a custom camera angle so that you can see what you look like. This is the new Flashpoint suit. It's got the spikes and stuff. But let's go back to the Batgirl suit. And there you go. You can even mix and match if you want. So let's take the blue helmet right here, mix it with Arkham Knight or something. Crazy, very terrible choices, very bad taste, but it can be done. And here's what they look like on armor stands, just so you can get a better look at them instead of just at the front. There you go. So the next thing is a sort of new command. So this is specifically for those who want to make cinematics or want to take screenshots in a specific way in the Gotham Edifice map, or, you know, just for fun. And it is a camera mode. So what you'll be able to do is you'll line up a shot, say I want this to be the main focus, and then I want Batman to be really small down here to the left and just looking up at the clock tower. So I'll set up the shot right here, and then what I want to do is say dot camera mode, and then that'll set the position and rotation to be used later. So then let's position myself right here, and then I'll look up at the clock tower, and I'm going to look actually down to the right a little bit. It helps. And then we'll do camera mode start. And then you can see that you can take a screenshot if you wanted to, or you can still control your character. So if you wanted to record like a cinematic or a video or something, you can totally do that. And then whenever you're done, you just do camera mode, oops, exit, there we go. And then you'll be back to where you want it to be. And then, you know, you say, oh, well, actually, I want to have a shot right here where Batman ends walking down the steps. And then, you know, hit camera mode. We'll start here at the top of the steps. Make sure that you're facing in the right direction just to make it easier. And then do start. And then you can just walk forward. So, pretty cool. I think a lot of you are gonna like it a lot. Well, not a lot of you, but those who want to have that sort of thing will definitely enjoy this feature. Okay, so that about does it for this showcase. I know you wanted to see more, and you can. You can check out my Discord, link in the description. That's where I'll be posting more of the day-to-day dev and some of the, you know, sneak peeks of what's about to come. I also post 30-day like dev cycle things where you'll be able to see what I'll be doing for the next 30 days for the add-on, and you'll basically just get to see how it all works. I'm also thinking about starting to stream my Gotham Edifice dev either in that Discord or reviving my Twitch to do that. We'll see. But of course, this is a joint project with the Gotham Edifice project and their map, which, gotta say, super amazing. And I would highly suggest you check out BludPanda and HeirOfAzrael here on YouTube and on Planet Minecraft, and any of their other socials, they'll be in the description as well. And that about does it. See ya.